Hello, students of the Department of Management, University of North Bengal, 4th semester. This is a video on arbitrage opportunities, and in this video, we are going to discuss about how to calculate arbitrage gain, how to take advantage of an arbitrage opportunity in the foreign exchange market and in the money market. Now, before you watch this video, I would like to request you to kindly watch the last two videos I uploaded. The first one, elementary discussion on arbitrage, and the second part of the elementary discussion where we also discussed interest rate parity theory. Now in this video, you may pause the video and you can just write down the problem, or else I would also send you a photo of this problem. Here you can see that two rates are given. One is a spot rate. The spot rate is sterling pound 1 is equal to rupee 90. 3 months forward rate is given, that is sterling pound 1 is equal to rupees 90.50. Annualized interest is given for United Kingdom, that is where sterling pound exists. For United Kingdom, the annualized interest is 8%. For India, it is 14%. If you remember, I told you that if annualized interest or interest rate per annum is not given, then you have to proportionately make the interest rate annualized. Say for example, if 3 months, since this is 3 months forward rate, had this been the interest rate of 3 months, you had to multiply it with 12 and divide it by 3 in order to get the annualized interest or the interest rate per annum. Because here, whatever calculations we are going to do on annualized interest only. In this problem, since I have already given the annualized interest, you don't have to do anything. Now, the investor can borrow rupee 9 lakh or sterling pound 10,000. As you can see, sterling pound 10,000 and rupee 9 lakh are actually same, because 1 sterling pound is equal to 90 rupees. The question is, find out whether there exists an arbitrage opportunity, and if there is an opportunity, then how to use that opportunity to make arbitrage profit or arbitrage gain. So we are going to solve this sum. But before that, if you remember, I told you in the last video that if there are actually two differentials, one is the interest rate differential and the other is the foreign exchange rate differential. If the interest rate differential is more than the foreign exchange rate differential, then as you can see, if the interest rate differential is more than the foreign exchange rate differential, then you have to invest in the country with higher interest rate. That is, if the difference of the foreign exchange rate annualized, since this is of 3 months, we will annualize this difference. If this difference is more than the difference of interest rates, and since this is already annualized, you don't have to do anything. You can see the interest rate differential will be 14 minus 8, so that would be 6. So if this difference, the foreign exchange rate difference, is more than the interest rate differential, if the foreign exchange rate difference is more than the interest rate differential, then you have to invest in the country with lower interest rate. And when the interest rate differential, that is the difference between these two, is more than the foreign exchange rate differential, then you have to invest in the country with higher interest rate. So if the interest rate differential is more than foreign exchange rate, you have to borrow from United Kingdom and invest in India, because in India the interest rate is higher. And if the foreign exchange rate differential is more than the interest rate differential, then you have to invest in the country with lower interest rate. That is, you have to invest in UK. For that, you have to borrow from India. Now here you can see the interest rate differential is, as I told you earlier, 14%, that is the interest rate of India annualized, minus 8%, that is the annualized interest rate of UK. So 14 minus 8%, that is 6%. So the interest rate differential is 6%. However, the foreign exchange rate differential, or we call it the forward premium. Why forward premium? Because the difference is actually a premium. I told you in an earlier video that if the foreign exchange rate is more, foreign exchange rate in forward contract is more than that in a spot rate, then the difference is a premium. In other words, this 90, the premium is 50 paisa for 3 months. When you add it with the spot rate, you get the forward rate. So the difference is also called the forward premium. So the foreign exchange rate differential or the forward premium is 90.50, that is the forward rate, minus 90, that is the spot rate, divided by the spot rate, into 12 divided by the number of months for which the forward rate is given. Here we have got the forward rate for 3 months. So 12 divided by 3 into 100, and it comes up to 2.22. So foreign exchange rate differential is calculated as forward rate minus spot rate divided by spot rate multiplied by 12 divided by number of months for which spot rate is given, month, multiplied by 100 to get the percentage. So this is 2.22%. Here you can see in this case the interest rate differential, that is 6%, is more than the forward market differential or the foreign exchange differential, that is 2.22%. And this tells us that we have to invest in the country with the higher interest rate. Since the interest rate in India is 14% per annum and in UK is 8% per annum, so we have to invest in India. So to invest in India, we have to borrow from UK. If you remember in the question, we said you can either borrow rupees 9 lakh, that is you can borrow rupees 9 lakh from India, or you can borrow sterling pound 10,000, that is you can borrow sterling pound 10,000 from the United Kingdom. So in this case, since the IRD is more than the FRD, we have to invest in India. So we can borrow sterling pound 10,000 from United Kingdom at 8%, and we can invest in India at 14%. So this is how you solve the whole problem then. It is a step-wise solution of the problem. If this question comes in your examination, you have to follow the same process to find out the answer. As I said, we have to borrow 10,000 sterling pound, and we are going to borrow it for 3 months because this arbitrage will be there for 3 months. We are talking in terms of 3 months forward rate. So you are going to borrow for 3 months at 8% per annum from the United Kingdom, sterling pound 10,000. So the amount to be repaid after 3 months, you have to repay the principal, that is sterling pound 10,000, plus the interest at 8% per annum for 3 months. So it comes down to, the interest comes down to sterling pound 200. So principal 10,000, interest is 200 for 3 months. So you have to repay after 3 months sterling pound 10,200. This is the first calculation. In the second calculation, after you borrow sterling pound 10,000, you are going to convert it in Indian rupee. Otherwise, how are you going to invest in India? So this 10,000 sterling pound will be invested in India, but before that we are going to convert it. And how we are going to convert it? We are going to convert it in the spot market, because now we have calculated that there will be a gain after 3 months. So now we are going to convert sterling pound 10,000 to get Indian money and invest in rupee in India. So the amount to be receivable, 1 sterling pound is equal to rupees 90. So 10,000 sterling pound will be equal to rupees 9 lakh. Now we are going to invest in the third stage. We are going to invest 9 lakh in India for 3 months at 14% per annum. So this 9 lakh rupees that we have got by converting sterling pound 10,000, we are going to invest it in India for 3 months at 14% per annum. And again, parallelly, you have to enter into a forward contract. You have to enter into a forward contract to sell INR and buy GBP. That means to sell rupee and to buy sterling pound after 3 months. Why so? Because after 3 months, this 9 lakh will be matured to some Indian rupee. But since you have borrowed in sterling pound, those rupees that you get on maturity, you have to convert it and get sterling pound to repay the loan, to repay rupees sterling pound 10,200. So whatever you get in maturity, that is Indian rupees, unless and until you convert it in sterling pound, you cannot repay the loan. So today only you are going to enter into a forward contract at the forward rate given, that is rupees 90.50 per sterling pound, to get sterling pound and to sell the rupee. Which rupee you are going to sell? The rupee that you are going to get on maturity of this investment. So these two things will be simultaneously done. After 3 months, the maturity proceed will be 9 lakh rupees, that is the principal you invested, and 9 lakh you invested at 14% per annum. So 9 lakh into 14% for 3 months. So multiplied by 3 divided by 12, and the interest will be 31,500 rupees. 9 lakh multiplied by 14% per annum for 3 months. So the interest will be 31,500 rupees. Adding it up with the principal, it would fetch you rupees 9,31,500 rupees. This amount, as you had already entered into the forward contract to convert, after 3 months, whatever the spot price is, you don't have to take care of it because already you have had a forward contract. So you can ignore the spot price after 3 months. You have to, or what you are going to do, you are actually selling this proceed of rupees 9,31,500 using the forward rate, that is rupees 90.50 per sterling pound, and you are going to buy Great Britain pound or sterling pound. So rupees 9,31,500 divided by rupees 90.50 will give you the amount of sterling pound, which comes down to sterling pound 10,292.82 rupees, 10,292 sterling pound 10,292.82. So this is the amount you are going to get by selling this maturity rupee and by getting the similar amount of sterling pound. So now you can see that what you have got after 3 months is 10,292.82 sterling pound, and what you have to repay as loan that you had taken 3 months back, that was sterling pound 10,200. So you have received rupees 10,292.82, and you are going to repay, you have actually received sterling pound 10,292.82, and you are going to repay sterling pound 10,200, which will give you rupees sterling pound 92.82, sterling pound 92.82 as the arbitrage gain. So again I'm telling you, whatever you receive in Indian rupee, you are actually using the forward contract and you are going to get sterling pound against this rupee. You are going to sell this rupee and buy sterling pound. So rupees 9,31,500 divided by rupees 90.50 will give you sterling pound 10,292.82, and this is what you get. And what you have to repay against the loan you had taken, you had to repay sterling pound 10,200. So 10,292.82 minus sterling pound 10,200, that is this 92.82 sterling pound is your arbitrage gain. This is a very small time phenomena, because once the market gets to know that there is arbitrage opportunity, people will rush to use this arbitrage opportunity to get a gain. As a result, there will be huge demand for arbitrage. People will start buying Indian rupee and invest in India and borrow from the United Kingdom. As a result of this, the market will again re-regulate, the market will again change its equilibrium to a state where the arbitrage gain will start reducing gradually to zero. And once it comes to zero, there will be no arbitrage possibility. So again, I'm telling you that arbitrage gain is it exists, but it does not exist for a long time. It has a very limited period. By this time, you have to find out that okay, there is an arbitrage possibility, and once it is found out by many in the market will regulate itself, the market will reevaluate the market rates, and again it will ensure that there is no arbitrage gain available. The arbitrage gain will start reducing and it will come down to zero, because everything will fall in order. So this was arbitrage gain. Thank you so much.